Hey there, welcome to Basic Grammar Series. I'm Mandeep, and today's lesson is going to be learning about the use, the rules, and the formation of present perfect tense. When we talk about present perfect tense, new learners often find it challenging not only to form the sentence in present perfect, but also they often get confused in the usage of this tense. The usage of present perfect tense is quite complicated. So today first we'll focus on the usage of the tense and then we'll learn about the formation of this tense. So let's begin the lesson. So number one, we use present perfect tense to talk about finished and unfinished actions. Let's first discuss the unfinished actions. So whenever we want to talk about unfinished actions or states or habits that started in the past and continue in the present, remember, they started in the past. So the timeline, somewhere here in past these actions started but not specific time. You're not sure what was the specific time when these actions started, but they have got a connection to the present. That is, they continue to the present. So usually we need to say for how long these actions or habits have continued, and we use since or for that. And we often use stative verbs with it. Now the most confusing use for the learners while using present perfect tense is the use of since and for. Let's first learn where to use since and where to use for. We use since with a fixed time in the past. When the fixed time of action, when the action started in the past, that fixed time is given to you, we use since. Now, this fixed time can be a specific date, a specific year, a specific day of the week. Say, for example, I have known Samantha since 2015. Here, 2015 is a specific time where a specific year is mentioned. But we can also take it as a simple past action when the action started, like since childhood, since teenage. Say, I have liked chocolates since I was a child. Here we are taking simple past time as a specific time when the liking began and it continues till the present. So, one thing important, since is used with specific time. Now, let's learn when to use for. Now, very important distinction for using for is that we specify time period while using for. That time period can be for 2 weeks, for several years, for a decade. So it is always a period of time rather than a point of time. Let's look at the examples. I have known Samantha for 10 years. Now see the difference? In earlier sentence, I gave you a specific time, 2015, a specific point of time, a year, while using since. But when we are using for, we are talking about a time period for 10 years. I have been hungry for hours. For hours. Hours here, again, it is a time period and still I am hungry. It continues to the present. She has had the knee pain for a week now. Again, we are talking about a time period of a week here. But if we give a specific point of time, she has got the knee pain since she turned 50 years old. So, here it is a specific point of time. So this was about the usage of present perfect tense to talk about the unfinished actions that started in the past and they continue in the present. They have their connection in the present. Now let's talk about the use of present perfect tense to talk about finished actions. Now Present perfect tense can be used to talk about life experiences. We usually use past tense and its various forms to talk about life experiences. Now, where can we use present perfect to talk about life experiences? Let's learn. Now, when we talk about some actions or events that happened somewhere in the life of a person, and we don't mention when the experience happened, but we just need to confirm that the experience, let's say, it never happened or it has ever happened. So we usually use these two words, ever and never, to talk about these experiences. Say, I have never seen that film. So this experience, it never happened in my life. I have never seen that film. I have been to Dubai 2 times. So this experience happened in my life twice. I have been to Dubai 2 times. Have you ever been to Tokyo? So here I am just asking you about your experience of your visiting Tokyo. Notice the use of ever, never while talking about these experiences. Let's look at some examples first to discuss the next usage of present perfect. I have already moved house twice this year. Now, when I talk about moving the house, there is a finished action that I am talking about. That is the movement, moving of the house. But this finished action happened in this year, and this year still continues. She has already drunk 3 cups of coffee today. So this day still continues, and she has finished an action. You don't know whether this action is going to continue. I haven't seen her today. So today continues, and you have not seen somebody. You're talking about a finished task where you have not seen somebody, but the time period of today continues and the action might happen. Now we can use present perfect to talk about something that happened in the recent past, but it has got its impact in the present context. Let's say I have lost my wallet, so I can't pay for the dinner. So this action, it happened in the past. I have lost my wallet, but it is having its impact right now in the present as well. He has fractured his leg, so he cannot play football. So this action, it happened in the past, but it is having an impact in the present. So we are using here present perfect tense. They have missed their flight, so they cannot attend the funeral. So here again the action happened, so it's having its impact in the present. So we are using present perfect here. We can also use present perfect to introduce news, something that just happened in the recent past. Say, the Congress has won the elections. I have just seen John. So here again, just recently this action happened, and it's a kind of quick information, a news that we are conveying. So again, the use of present perfect tense. So this was about the rules of using present perfect tense. Now let's take a look at the formation of present perfect tense. So to form a positive present perfect tense, we use subject plus has or have plus verb third form plus object if required. Now let's take a look at the use of has and have, where to use has, where to use have. Has is used with the singular subjects, he, she, it, or a single name. He has not completed his homework yet. So, we are using has with it and verb third form completed. Now, with plural subjects, that is and, I, we, or you, whether it is in a singular form or plural form, or they, or two names or more than two names, we use have. We have given our consent to the board. So here we are using have because our subject we is a plural subject. Let's take a look at another example. You have done a great job. So you plus have plus verb third form done followed by rest of sentence. So this is how you will form the present perfect tense in positive form. To form the negative of present perfect tense, we'll simply add not after has or have. The mayor has not announced the new plan yet. I have not seen Lucy. Have you not seen Lucy? They have never been to Paris. So, never here is to talk about experience, life experience, but in a negative form. So, a life experience that never happened. So, this was the formation of present perfect tense in negative sentence. Now, let's take a look at formation of present perfect in interrogative form. In interrogative form, you will simply bring has or have in the beginning of the sentence followed by subject and verb third form. Has she hurt her leg? Have they missed their flight? So notice here we are simply bringing has or have in the beginning of the sentence followed by the subject and the verb third form. And if our interrogative sentence is beginning with a WH question like when, where, why, how, we'll simply begin it with WH question followed by has or have plus subject plus verb third form. When have you given me the keys? So we are beginning our question with a WH question followed by the regular interrogative form of present perfect tense. So this was all about the usage, the rules and the formation of the present perfect tense. I'll see you next week with another lesson. Till then, happy learning.